Hi there and welcome back for another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to create this really fun lace stitch on a single bed knitting machine. If you'd like to also support my channel so I can continue making videos like this one, I will link my Patreon in the description down below. There you can also find another version of this stitch which is slightly more complex, so if you'd like to watch that tutorial, you will find it there as well. We will begin by choosing a center needle, and I will grab the stitch to the left and to the right of that needle and transfer them on top of it. This needle has now 3 stitches. I will continue with another transfer, and I will transfer these 2 stitches as well on top of the same needle. And now this needle has 5 stitches in total, and we've emptied 4 needles. We will be counting 5 stitches from the last stitch we transferred, and I'll show you how you can actually transfer 2 stitches at once. So I'm going to grab the next stitch, and I'm not going to transfer it yet. I'll grab the next one as well, and then I will transfer them all together onto the next needle. So now this needle has 3 stitches. I'm going to continue. I want to transfer these 2 stitches as well. So I'm going to grab them. First, I'll grab the one furthest. And then I'll grab the next one. And then transfer them together on top of this needle. Wait. We'll continue on the left side. We'll skip 5 stitches. I'll grab the next 2 stitches and transfer them 1 stitch to the left. And we'll do the same with the 2 stitches on the left side of that needle that just received the stitches. I'm going to make sure to pull the needles that have 5 stitches all the way out. And I will knit 2 rows. Here we have to be a little bit careful, as it could be quite difficult for the needle to complete the stitch, and that really depends on the yarn that you are using. I tried this technique with a different yarn and I did not have this issue, but as you can see, all I had to do was just to pull the needle a little bit. You just have to pay attention to your tension as well. You don't want to have too tight of a tension, as it can create too much pressure on the needles, and of course we don't want to have any accidents. So I would advise you to try this stitch maybe with a slightly looser tension that you would normally knit, just to see how it goes, and you can always tighten it after that. I'm going to continue with another transfer, and after that, instead of having 5 stitches here, I will have only 3. Before knitting the next 2 rows, I will place 1 needle in work on either side of that needle that received all those stitches at the very beginning. All I have to do is just to put them in work like that. With this stitch, you have to really pay attention which needles are in work and which aren't, as 1 needle in the wrong place could kind of ruin everything, but that's just part of the process. So I will knit 2 rows. I will continue with another transfer, and after this transfer, instead of having 3 stitches here, I will have only 1. Before knitting the next 2 rows, I'll make sure that I will put 1 needle in work on either side of the 2 needles that I previously brought in work. And the aim is to bring 1 needle at a time back in work until we don't have any more empty needles. Again, I will knit 2 rows. Now that I brought the last needles in work, I'm going to knit 6 rows. And I completed 1 repeat of the pattern. We'll continue with another repeat. Again, I will make sure to identify my center needle, and I will transfer the 2 stitches to the left and to the right of it. We'll skip 5 stitches and repeat the process. And now I'm ready to begin putting needles in work on either side of the needle that had 5 stitches previously. We'll knit 2 rows. Continue with another transfer. And from here, all we have to do is to bring needles in work to form new stitches. This sample here, what I did was I staggered the repeat, which you can of course do the same. So in order to stagger the repeat, I'm going to identify the 5 stitches in the center this time. What I like to do is to just bring the needle slightly forward. So I have here the 5 needles in the center, and I will transfer the 2 stitches to the left, both onto the next needle, and then the 2 stitches on the left side of that needle again on top of it. And then from here we can just start counting 5 stitches. We are achieving 2 different looks by choosing to stagger the repeat or not. To be honest, I think I prefer the one where we are not staggering the repeat, which will make things easier when knitting. But of course, it's up to you, whichever you prefer. I still hope you like this stitch overall. Here is another version of that stitch where instead of skipping 5 stitches, I only skipped 3. And here I did stagger the repeat as well. This is also a very cute version that you can try. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and you'll give this stitch a try. As always, if you do try this stitch, make sure to share with me and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!